Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. Welcome. Please pay attention to the following announcement from your streaming host. International streaming rules and regulations require me to provide the following information. I am on the Xbox Series S. I have the deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We will be flying the Embraer EMB110P1 freight version. We are departing from Vilnius. Apologize if I'm butchering that name, and we're flying to Malmo. So we're going from Lithuania to Sweden. I am not taking requests for flights at this time. My flight schedule is created well in advance and is subject to change based on my own real-life schedule. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are vintage aviation flights. Tuesdays are jetliner, regional jet flights, and regional freight services or smaller passenger services. Thursdays and military aviation flights. Saturdays are flights featuring the P-38 Lightning, called Lightning Saturdays. Sundays are scenic flights. Any other information can be found in the description area below the video. Thank you for your attention. Good morning, Mr. Addies. So, we're going to go do this here in just a moment. Should be a fairly straightforward flight. Nothing too fancy, although I need to make sure I bring the altitude down to that. All right, let's go in here and get things started up. Hello, Jody. I am well. How are you? Nice to see you here. Good morning, Mick. I am just fine, Addies. Just fine. That's an interesting little... Huh. All right. So we don't want... I learned last night, because I was just kind of testing things out, I don't want my co-pilot talking on the radio just yet, because if you only get one engine started and they start pushback, you cannot get the other one started up. All right, here goes left engine. This is right engine. Let's get our lights on while we're waiting. Everything else is already on. We'll change that to GPS. One for a reason does not move automatically. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Why is it doing this now? Yes. All right. That should be that. Now we can let. Ooh, that's loud. Alright. We'll be in the air momentarily. Ooh, I forgot to do one other thing. Gotta gas up a little bit there. There we go. So I see Jason was racing this morning. I watched a few minutes. Looks pretty good. Going the other way. Might be a little quiet in the chat because I know some of you guys are watching Jason still, so it's all good. Excuse me. So we'll be back in the Fokker. I did try the Junkers. We'll be back in the Junkers tomorrow. I did try again the Fokker F7B. We're flying from Vilnius in Lithuania. We're heading to Malmo in Sweden. Just it should be a few hours long, probably a little bit shorter, maybe, hopefully, but that's what we're doing today. I did try the Fokker. What I noticed is that the way that the checklist, all that stuff, the way it's set up is just, what they tell you to do is like, just, it doesn't make any sense. So, yeah. So we're going to stick with the Junkers 52 for the time being, and that's we seem to have done pretty well with it yesterday, so we're going to continue with that tomorrow and for the foreseeable future. The Fokker is just, there's too many issues, I think, with the way that they have put it in the sim. It's things just don't make much sense. So not sure if we will get an update anytime soon, or if they're working on fixing the model of it in the sim. So we want that to there. So it's weird, this airport, there's only this one strip, and then you have to basically, you go down the runway and then you turn off, because there's the, I guess we could have gone that way. I don't know why we couldn't have. Would have gone all the way down there? We would have. It's weird that they tell you to go onto the runway instead of the taxi strip. I don't know. Yeah, we could have gone. Alright, oh well. So yeah, watched Captain Aura. She got the 737 last night from PMDG. Really good looking plane. Sounds fantastic. It's got the sounds like you would expect from a jetliner from that era. So, although I think some people were a little butthurt the fact that they didn't do the other, planned flight, even though he had said that, hey, if I can get it in a reasonable amount of time, we're going to do a quick flight, couple flights with it, just to showcase it. Yeah. So it does look good. It looks really good. Watched that for quite a while last night. All right, get ready to depart here in a moment. Turn the cloud. Oh well. That's alright, we can have a nice sunny day. Actually, you know what? We can actually change it. Oh, this is live weather. Alright, we're going to leave the live weather on. I thought this was... I'd put the, clear skies on. Alright, we are almost on our way out of here. Oh, I have found another cool bush flight place for our. We'll fly around Norway on Sunday, and then we're going to do another Kit Fox flight on right after that. So we'll do 2 flights again on Sunday. Should be very scenic as well. Alright, we are all set. I think we're good to go. Increase that just a little bit. There we go. Alright, let's go. Away we go. And away we go. All right, we are en route. That's our departure lane. Yep. Although I think it did not. We should have turned. Off the that's not a good sign. Okay. Did this not? It says we're heading for it, so maybe. All right, I guess we'll trust it for the time being. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. So basically this is the cargo version. It's got a couple of seats, but everything else is supposed to be cargo space. But for whatever reason, the way that they have it set it up, it's like a passenger. You can't put like, you know, like pretend like there's pallets in there or anything like that. So, but it's a cool little plane, I think. Need to start. go. Let's see what else. So, yeah, tomorrow we'll be still in the Junkers 52. We're heading from Athens to Heraklion. That should be a fairly straightforward flight also. Not the only leg that's long is our 90 nautical miles, and then when we turn towards Heraklion, that's only 65 nautical miles. So I think should be much shorter than our flight from yesterday. Thursday we are in the CM170 Majestar. It's a French fighter jet or trainer jet from the, I think it was training, and it did serve as some kind of a fighter. That shouldn't take very long to do. We'll be flying that in France on Thursday. Friday we are doing our last viewer requested flight, going from Alger to Paris in the A320. Santa Rosa to Fresno on Lightning Saturday. Sunday we're flying in Norway, then we'll pop back over to California and go from Red Bluff, California to Reno. So that should be a good flights coming up this week. So we've got 30 nautical miles roughly to get to our nav point up here, our departure. Utena. Utenu, not Utena, Utenu. No, thank you for the 3 thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. There's our little 110. So next week on the each set again. There we go. Next week on the 17th, we're going to take the Cessna 208B in the FedEx livery, And we're going to do a flight from San Jose up to Reno. I did do a test on it just to see how it would do taking off out of San Jose, and it does this weird, we're going to take off and we're going to do kind of this weird circuit. We're going to climb and circle around, and then we're going to head towards Reno. So so when we do that, it's nothing's terribly wrong or anything. It's just that's just how it works out. So continuing to head north here, and we're going to turn to the left here pretty soon. So 8 viewers, thank you all for coming in. Welcome. We are heading from Vilnius to Malmo, so Lithuania to Sweden, in the Embraer 110 right here. It's the freight version. This is the only one that has like a legitimate livery for this version of the plane. So we are heading north here to our departure waypoint. Then we're going to turn westward and head towards Sweden. So yeah, we got some good stuff coming up, I think. We do try to fly 7 days a week whenever possible. Usually if you don't see me within at least an hour, hour and a half tops on the day that we have a flight scheduled, then something's happened and I won't be flying that day. I try to let everybody know well in advance if possible. This is the kind of plane that flies near your house, Joseph. Nice. Yeah, they're fairly popular planes that were built in Brazil. Embraer is a Brazilian aviation company. They don't produce these anymore, but they're still operated around the world. They're very popular. You can do regional, instead of a regional jet, you could do a regional prop service. Because these are, I think these are turboprops, if I remember correctly. But yeah, they're pretty good planes, I think. should then dial this back to 2902. We only have one more. Should only go up to about 20,000 feet today. There we go. Should be sufficient. Yeah, it might be pretty quiet today. That's okay. Alright, we should be turning here momentarily. I'm not sure. Normally there would be, we would have our line, right? Our nav line, our magenta line, and for some reason it's not showing. I don't know why that is, but we're heading the right direction. So as long as we turn coming up here, there we go. Then we are doing pretty darn good. To the west now. I don't know why. Why is it turning off? It's compensating for the wind or something. Must be. Alright. So we got 185 nautical miles to our next waypoint. And then we'll turn back north-ish on runways 35 once we get to Malmo. We'll have an arrival point, and then we'll have our approach phase, and then we'll be on the ground. Lean this back just a little bit more. We got 6 people watching. Well, say hello. We don't bite much. most everything that we have here is for our switches and everything is all up on this panel here. Some more panel stuff over there, our defrosting and all that. Let our few passengers around the cabin there. This would be good. So we can get a quick little picture here. Moon in the background. So yeah, what else was I going to talk about? I forgot now. Yeah, there's still no word on any kind of fixes for all the problems from Sim Update 9. Nobody's put out any news or links to anything that suggests that they are what they're doing for the situation. Tells me we have a wind out of the north, or out of coming. We must be in a headwind, I think. So yeah, there's no indication of when some patches will be put in place. Maybe this week, maybe next week. I know they're working on it, but oh, that's what. So check this out. So when we get to Malmo, when we get to our parking spot, so you can get the engine covers and all that kind of stuff. You can get the main door and the cargo door can be opened on here. So we will do that once we get to our destination there. It's pretty cool, I think. So in the interim, we're just going to try to fly stuff that works, basically, as much as I know, and I try to test everything like the night before, or at least the day before, to make sure that all the switches work and I know what's what and where everything is and what to do. But sometimes it does, what worked last night may not work today. So if I have to, I'll swap out aircraft if it needs to be done. Or if it's if we have to change the flight altogether and change aircraft, we'll do that if we can't do the service that we were going to do, the flight. We're 161 nautical miles. It's a pretty neat textured look, kind of good, except for that edge there. It looks kind of weird, but it looks like something you would expect to see in a flight deck on a plane like this. Trying to see if there's anything else I can show you here while we're flying along. Yeah, pretty straightforward, I think. Oops. So there's an emergency exit, the kind of skirt back here. So the doors for the freight are right here, and then I believe the passenger, oh, right here is the passenger door. And then the back door is the freight door. It should open up when I click the switch when we get on the ground. Alright, that's fine, Jody. We got quite a ways to go still, so do what you gotta do. It's all good. I really wish there was some other liveries for the freight service, freight version of the aircraft. It's got a little bit of color to it with the gold stripe and all that, but yeah, not much to it. Matter of fact, let's get a little closer to our plane. So there's the freight door. And then the passenger door right there in front of the by the left engine. Of course, you can't lower or open it while the engine's still going. But, yeah. We're getting a little bumpy here. A little bit of turbulence. I know for as we come into our runway there at Malmo, we have to be at about 2,500 feet. I don't know that the approach mode actually works on this aircraft to capture the ILS. I believe approach is that one right next to nav, I think. Yeah, not sure that it works, to be honest. But we can land it manually. It's not a big deal. You know, as long as we're lined up, we should be able to go right on in and set it on the ground, and it shouldn't be much of a problem. Should have more than enough fuel for our flight. Well, thank you for the 5 thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. I'm suspecting Amela popped in and left a like and headed out. Because normally Amela's said hi by now. So Mick, what did you guys find out about the the artist that Mr. Addy's kicked out of the chat last night? Is their price worth it, or is their work kind of suspect? I mean, I would. Personally, I would feel very... I mean, I could respect that they're trying to drum up some business, but that's like to go into somebody's chat, like it. I think, yeah, by accident. Yeah, Joseph, sure. I'm not buying it. I mean, if I was doing something like that, I would message you guys privately and say, hey, you know, this is what I do, or, you know, I've learned this stuff. Do you guys think maybe I could do some work for you or whatever? But it's very bold to just pop into somebody's chat out of the blue and say, oh, can I do these? You know, like, I think we've had a couple. That's not the first person that's done that in your chat. To come in and say, oh, you know, can I do these things for you or whatever? Then they start asking for access to your channel and all, you know, like it's very suspect, I think. But you know, if they're like legit, I think that there's a better way of handling it. That's why it's like, it just, you know, it doesn't make much sense you know, to do all that, you know, or to just randomly go into somebody's chat like that and try to drum up business without even getting to know them or seeing what their channel's about, you know, what they do and everything. Trying to do more for us than him doing it for himself. Yeah, I know. But like Paul said, you know, maybe there's people out there that he could have said, hey, check this person out. They might be able to help you do, you know, put together the thumbnails and stuff like that. You know, so yeah, it's just interesting that, but yeah, you guys, you know, you've been working on it on your own, and you know, I think you do a pretty good job. You know, I think early on it was, you know, it was a bit rough around the edges, but I think you've improved all that sort of stuff. But it's, you know, it's just work that you want to do on your own. And to, you know, because it's something you're learning how to do, and it, you know, when it looks really good, it's, you know, you get a sense of satisfaction that you created something for yourself like that, for your channel. You know, just like when I took the graphic design class, we had to do like a magazine sort of thing, and then we had to take the magazine and turn it into something like that you could access on your smartphone. So you had to have like a menu and, you know, a subscription page kind of thing, and, you know, links to your articles and all that. And it was fun. After, you know, at first it was very daunting because it's like, I've never done this before, so I don't know what to do. But once you get a handle on it and you just keep working at it, because you submit like your draft, you know, your concept or whatever, and then the teacher will say, you know, this is where you need to improve upon, that sort of thing. And then when you get that done, and it's like you get a, you know, Joseph, all right, look, and I've told you this before, Pithers loves to wind you up, Joseph, and you buy into it every time. You engage with him, and then he responds to you, and then you get, you know, why do you even let it get to you? Just ignore him. You constantly, Pithers loves to wind you up. Yeah, exactly. Because you guys do a lot. The only thing is, this is my sort of observation, is because you do so much, but you basically you play a game to the point that you get the platinums, and then you don't go back to it necessarily anymore. So I don't know if there's a way to maybe incorporate that into your channel description. Like, you know, we do a variety of gamings, but we're basically about the platinums, and then once we get those, we move on to something new, and we're, you know, always trying something different kind of thing, maybe. I don't know. That's just my observation. But yeah, Joseph, you but part of it too is, and I'm not trying to be mean to you, you get the spanner, right? And then you're not really there in the chat. You were playing FIFA, you're watching other people's streams, you know. Like, if I know, like, let's say last night, Captain Arish, we were going to continue the flight around Australia, or Tasmania for right now. If I say, hey, I'm going to go, at least then you know, Mick is not or nobody else is expecting me to be there because I'm saying I'm out, you know, I'm heading to go do other things. But you don't, you're not always there. You're there, but you're not there, is what I'm saying. So it's like, well, how can you ask to be a spanner when you're not really there to do the job that Mick needs you to do? You know, that's the thing. And I get it's easy to get distracted. I do sometimes, you know, but I try to keep an eye on things. I don't, you know, because that's what Mick trusts me to do. Nothing, but you know that, Joseph, and again, I'm not trying to be mean. You have expressed that numerous times, but then somebody else is streaming, or, you know, like Joe they're doing FIFA, and then you're over there playing FIFA with him, which is fine, but how can you expect to be a mod for Mick's channel when you're not really there to help Mick, or to be there for his channel, right? Because sometimes, quite honestly, when you don't have the spanner, that's when you're there, and then when somebody's in the chat and I'm already trying to handle it, you know, like somebody's asking to play or whatever, you immediately jump in. Hello, Splot. And then it's like, well, why weren't you there? You know, so I don't know why it's that important to you. I don't understand, but that's your thing. I don't know, but yeah, just come in and hang out and just be there for Mick, you know. But again, last night, and Bex hit it nail right on the head. You were getting just as upset as Mick and Pulse were, and then you started dropping the F-bombs in the chat after Mick had told you not to do that. So yeah, anyways, so just come in and relax and hang out, because, you know, that's what you do, and then you're off doing other things, whatever, which is fine. I can, you know, if I can't be there, I will message Mick and say, hey, I'm not going to be there tonight, sorry, I've got other things to do, or whatever. So that way he knows that either him or Pulse, or between the two of them, or even Predator, is going to have to kind of keep an eye on things. So, yeah. Yeah, you did. Mod for chat sounds fun and interesting. Yeah, it is. You know, it's you don't want to just let anybody be a mod on your channel, you know, because you just don't know. Like the people who have come into my chat, or even Mick's chat, and said, "Can I be a mod on your channel?" I don't know you. Why should I give you that responsibility? You know, you haven't earned that position in the channel, you know. And that's what it should be. It shouldn't be because of, you know, I know some people do it because it's their friends and all that, but it shouldn't be that. It should be that it's somebody you know that you can trust with keeping the chat in line. That if people start getting out of control, that they try to bring it back under control. So, yeah. Yeah, it should. That's what it should be. But, you know, I know it's Mick's channel, and he's gonna do what he thinks is best for his channel, and I respect that. But yeah, you you were all over the place last night, Joseph. And if the mods are chaotic, and then you have people in the chat being chaotic, then it's just, it doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, I don't know if you guys are, let me ask you this one, Mick. Do you have like a channel about video, like something somebody could watch, that we could put a link in there and say, hey, if you're new here, just check out this short little 2 or 3 minute video. It'll describe what we're all about. kind of thing, and then that could be something that's in that video. Like, you know, hey, this is primarily we do this, but we also do these other games. We play it through to get our platinums, and then we move on to something else. We may come back to it another time to maybe increase the difficulty to get more platinums, but we're doing the base sort of stuff, maybe. I mean, just something so that people kind of know what to expect, possibly. You know, in a channel about sort of video or something, perhaps, because I think that you guys do, you know, the little clips and stuff like that. I think that would go well in a situation like that. But that's just my thought. You could have one for your channel, you could have one for Pulse's channel, so that way, you know, and you guys can talk, you know, and say, you know, this is who I am and this is what we do. And sometimes I play, you know, like Farm Sim. We're doing some solo stuff right now, and then, you know, that sort of thing. But that's just, those are my thoughts. Again, it's your baby. You will diaper it as you see fit. Yeah, Joseph, you were... Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Let's see, 78 nautical miles to our next waypoint there. I mean, when Mick asked me to be a mod on his channel, I was, you know, I was honored, because he feels he can trust me to keep his channel, you know, to you know, manage the chat. Now, if it's, and I've done it too. There's times I've jumped the gun and thought that somebody was coming in, and, you know, like Chris having his little fun account on the side. I didn't know who it was. So I was like, oh, well, if nobody tells me, then of course I'm going to, when they come in and start saying some outlandish crap, I'm going to immediately block them from the video or from the channel. But, you know, that's different, you know. You know, it's part of it is I have to kind of hear Mick's tone, and then, you know, if he wants to try to engage with the person, that's his prerogative. And if he says, you know, obviously I can't engage with you, then we go from there. But yeah, you immediately just jumped the gun. You were like so erratic last night, Joseph. You have the swearing in the chat, which Mick has warned you about. Then you come back from a timeout, and then you immediately kick this other person out, and it's like, yeah. I don't know, Joseph. You were something else last night. So this seems to be like the largest portion of our flight is right here. I know, I'm just saying. You did apologize, I know. But you were, what I'm just saying, Joseph, is that you were all over the place. Hello, Airlock Doc. Glances, C-130 on steroids all. It's a fun little plane. I do like it. It was hard to kind of get to grips with it at first. but it's not too shabby, really. Once you kind of figure out, like, the autopilot system here is a bit weird, and they're not, like, the buttons aren't, you know, they're labeled, but you can't really, like, when you hover over them, except for a few, they're not really labeled clearly. But other than that, it's not too bad. You know, it's funny that you say the C-130, because somebody was flying that in Captain R's stream last night, like when two questions. What are the top speed? I think we're right at about where we're at now is 173 knots, give or take, but I think we got a headwind also, so... Oh. 310, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, 310, yes. So, cruise range, I think it's just over 1,000 nautical miles cruise. Yeah, something like that, like 1,000 and some change or something. Hello, Turtle V1. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, when somebody was saying that they were, because it was somebody who kept, like, when Captain Arsh was trying to set up, you know, he hadn't even started flying yet, and this person was in the chat, like, route, and there was, like, no active flight. It was like, okay, there's no active flight. How many more times are you going to put route and then realize that there's no active flight? That he's not doing multiplayer right now. Server, route. It's like... But then he had done a flight, and then they popped over into the C-130, and then somebody was like, is somebody flying the C-130? I said, yes, I believe so. And they were like, yeah. Like, why? Why would you do that? What? There's no good quality about it. So, yeah, it was a bit insane, so why I would not want to tell anybody that's what I'm flying. Oh, yeah. But anyways. Yeah. Like, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't think he said he's doing multiplayer. And then there was somebody brought up the question, like, are we not doing multiplayer flights? And I don't think he intended to. It was just like he just wanted to showcase the 737, and that was it. But it was like this person could not wrap their head around that he hadn't planned on doing multiplayer flights last night. But he was like, okay, as soon as I get, you know, I'll open up the multiplayer thing at some point. But, you know, let me just get through this. So ground airspeed is about 200. They're saying 238 knots. Is true airspeed. I'm sorry, not my ground speed. So I'm guessing. I don't think it shows. Well, maybe that's the 220 is the ground speed, possibly. I'm not sure how to. Sometimes I'm not too keen on reading all that sort of information, and I should probably get better at that. But yeah, it's not. This is the freight version, so it's got a couple seats, and then it has an area all the way back there for freight. The other two are primarily passenger versions, so it has. Okay, yeah. So 220 is I guess is the ground airspeed. Or ground speed. So, but yeah, it's not about you know, and this is the only livery for the freight version, this Wiggins Airlines, which I think is an actual GPS screen. Oh. This one? 220, yeah, so it's the same right there. Ground speed is 220. So it shows it right there as well. So yeah, it's not too bad. You can fly VOR to VOR in it. You can fly IFR. You can fly VFR. You know. Yeah, it's not a bad little plane. They did do an update, and I don't know what all they improved, because it seemed like it took a while for the notes to be put in with the, you know, like the version update. I think it was like a day or two after the update came out, something like that. Yeah, it flies. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, if you're just looking for like a regional prop sort of plane, I think this is a good option. You know, it's not like, you know, it's just above us, I would think, you know, a bit better than a Cessna. Like, we're getting a lot of those Cessnas and Beechcrafts. Yes, yeah, exactly. There is the option here on the pad that you can enable it if you can download it and install it. I guess that's it right there. But yeah, we can't get that on the Xbox right now. Yeah. Okay, that's it. So yeah, the sound, I think it sounds pretty good. You know, the turbo props, and yeah, it sounds pretty good. Yeah, it's not too bad, I don't think. So yeah, because we, you know, with the regional jet stuff, and you know I can fly the A320 no problem, but it's kind of like I'm a little bit bored of it right now, you know. So, yeah, all right, that's no problem. Enjoy your flight planning. Yeah, so we're gonna bring in some stuff like this. Next week we'll do a flight in the Grand Caravan. We're gonna fly from San Jose to Reno in the FedEx livery. So yeah, just trying to mix things up a little bit. Oh, thank you for the 7 thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. So we can cross in the water here. If we have to do a water landing, it's everybody for themselves. Sorry. Can't swim, don't know what to tell you. You have a flotation device, good luck. Yeah, I think we do have a bit of a headwind here today. But it looks like it has like these little, I don't know what those are. Oh, those are supposed to be lights. Okay. Yeah, I guess you can flip that up or something, or it looks like a switch of some kind, but it almost looks like one of those, like you would flip it up and there would be like a plug or something for your cell phone or something. Brace for impact. No. No, we should be fine. Not unless the plane suddenly goes into catastrophic failure, which it should not do. The only thing we have to worry about is running out of gas. But I think we got enough to get there. If not, I'll call in for an air refueling. Yeah, it's a fun little plane, I think. Certainly, the developer for this is certainly, I think, is different than the virtual coal Embraers. I think it's a different company. You can't swim, Joseph? Don't know what to tell you. Sorry. You know, there's the old saying, either sink or swim. So I guess you're going to have to figure it out pretty quick. I used to love swimming. Not that I was super good at it, but you know, in Germany they have those swimming, you know, I think it's called a swim bod. So, you know, like in Heilbronn where I was stationed, they had like there was a park, and then it had like a swimming pool and all that. And that was like a very popular place for a lot of people to go. Sometimes just to swim, sometimes just to suntan, you know, sometimes just to walk around and hang out or whatever. But Aquatol, oh, I miss Aquatol. Aquatol was the shit. Pardon my French. The heated salt pool, oh, that was amazing. Just go out there and sit in the heated salt pool. Don't worry, you think fast. Okay, Joseph. I'll take your word for it. Well, I think I'm going to take just a real quick break. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I think we are, once we get past here, matter of fact, let's pull up the flight plan. Oops. I want to see, matter of fact, can we do it down here? I think we should be able to. Nope. Here should have it. That's not much much of a flight plan. Okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah, something's not, it's like the flight plan didn't load up in here. Something. Interesting. Let's see it, because I think from here we should start descending a little bit, I believe. This was almost 200 nautical miles, I think was. Yeah, I think coming up after we get to this next, after we pass this waypoint here, then I think we should start dropping some altitude. Let's see what happens when we... There's that waypoint there. Let's see which way we head. That name sounds familiar. Garrick. That's 28 nautical miles. Oh, now it popped up. Okay. Interesting. Now, does that mean our flight plan is finally in there? No. Alright, hold on a second. Let me see if I can figure out why that is, Jody. Let's see. Maybe I can look you up. let's see, I can't find you. Maybe I need to do another search. Here, I think I know what we can do, Jody. Find me on Twitch under that name, and then send me a friend request, and I'll send you a link or a invite to the Discord. Yeah, I don't know why it is expired. I'll have to look into that once I'm done. That's interesting. But yeah, look me up on Discord under that name. Send me a friend request, and I'll send you an invite to the Discord that way. No, not Twitch. I'm sorry, on the Discord. You don't have Discord? I didn't mean Twitch. Yeah, look it up on Discord. I mean, not Twitch. I'm sorry. Yeah, just look me up on Discord under that name, and then send me a friend request on Discord. I don't know why I thought Twitch. Did I say Twitch? I must have said Twitch. I don't know. It's Tuesday. Okay, yeah. Look my name up, R. Brimer, on Discord. Find me there. Send me a friend request, and then I'll send you an invite. What do you like, Joseph? Because I was probably looking at Twitch while I was answering the question. I don't know why I thought Twitch, but I did. Anyways, it's all good. Garrick, yeah, because I tried finding you on Discord, Jody, but I didn't see I couldn't find you. So if you can find me, then send me a friend request on Discord. Be happy to send you the invite. Now I should be able to see kind of how much more we have left to go. Alright, so those markers, and then I think after that one there, we should be able to, should start descending. Oh, here, hold on a second. As soon as you send me the friend request, I'll accept it and I'll invite you. Alright, let's see here. So yeah, okay, I remember when I made the flight plan, this stuff coming up, it should be very quick distances. Right. What's your information, Jody? If you can give me your information, I'll try finding you. Let's see if this thing finally. If I click on, try something else here. Nope, won't work. Joseph, do you know Jody's Discord information? Do you follow Jody on Discord? If you do, just DM it to me. I wonder if you have it on your... Aha, right here. All right, I found you. I'm going to send you I sent you a friend request, and as soon as you accept it, I'll I'm not sure how that's supposed to work. All right, so there we go. here. White people. Okay. There we go. Got it. Invite sent. How much? Okay, this is only 10 nautical miles. That's to let me. Alrighty. All set. You're welcome. Thank you. Let's have a looky here now. I think that next distance is going to be a bit long. That might be our next major. All right. Let's see what we got coming up here. I think this next one might be our last major distance. See what happens when we get a little bit closer. Okay, I know where we're at roughly now. We still got a bit to go, I think. Oh, come on. Malmo is 58 nautical miles. Let's see, what's beyond Malmo? Can we see that? I know we can see that far. So I believe from Larma, I think, is when we're all right. So yeah, we're getting there. Alright, so yeah, Larma, and then we have, okay, from Larma to back, okay. Yep. So that's Warsaw right there. So yeah, basically what I do, Jody, is I just every Sunday, like after I'm done flying, I put in the update for the coming week and kind of talk about some of the stuff that we're doing that week. And then then I have a picture of the flight sort of thing that I try to post within a reasonable amount of time after we're done flying. Sometimes I forget them, or I don't take any pictures at all, but I try to do that. There's a link to stuff about automotive stuff, and what else is the other one? Aviation stuff, yeah. So try to have a little bit of different stuff. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta post it in there, Mick. You'll like this one. Mario Andretti, I guess, at the most recent Goodwood meeting, he drove the Ferrari 512 S or M or whatever. He did a run up the Goodwood Hill in it. It's a car that he'd driven in his career. Sounds fantastic. Oh my god, that flat 12 just I mean, he didn't like go all the way out, but just going fast enough that you could just get a sense of the engine note, and it was fantastic. And then like if I'm not streaming that day for some reason, I'll put it in the I'll put that in there as well under the announcements. So but I got to figure out about that invite thing. I'll have to see if I can tinker around with it. I'm still new to having my own Discord. I'm still learning. I may have to update that link or something. Yeah, Poland is to the left there. Oh, okay. I have no idea how to find that, Jody, to be honest. If you know the way and you can put that into a DM for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. 'Cause I'm still learning all this stuff. I'm a bit late to the Discord, creating a Discord server and everything, and I wasn't sure I wanted to, but I'm like, well, it'd be great if more people who watch me know my schedule and know when I'm going, like what's happening that week, or if I'm not flying that day. So I guess there's a short clip on the Goodwood YouTube channel that Mario Andretti drove a Ferrari 512. I think it's the S model. Up the, he did a run up the hill, but it wasn't like a timed run, but just, a demonstration kind of thing, or just, him being him in the car. It was such a fantastic sounding car. Oh man. It was amazing. But I'll send you in fact, I'll find it right now, because I know I liked the video, so it should be in my... should be in my liked videos recently. There you go. it gives me goosebumps whenever I see Mario driving, because it's just, you know, he's not going to be around with us much longer. I know he's getting there, up there in the years, but you know, I'm fortunate to say that I got to see him in his Lotus F1 car at Laguna Seca, and I'll never forget that. I don't think, as long as I live. It was just oh no, he was talking about when I was talking about Mario Andretti driving the Ferrari, Jody. That's okay. Let's have a look at our map now. Yeah, all right. So I think between Larma and Bakla. It's okay. Yeah, it's just, oh man, it made me, it brought me back to watching him drive his F1, his championship F1 car. And you know, like I said, it's special because, you know, he's getting up there in the years, and even though he's still pretty sharp for his age, you know, at some point, you know, he's going to be gone, and it'll be a great loss, I think, for racing fans. You know, it was interesting. I saw somebody posted on YouTube the video when he did his when he was driving the F1 car there at Laguna Seca. I think that was 08. Yeah. That somebody was in the garage area where he was in. The amount of people who were trying to rush in, and, you know, it's like people were, you know, they were trying to figure out who was supposed to be, like, you know, who was allowed in there, who wasn't there. All these people were trying to, like, weasel their way in and all that. But oh man, it was incredible to see him drive. And I remember, because I was just down below, let's see, I was up by the corkscrew. I was over in that corkscrew area, like coming down and heading towards like the last left-hander going up the main straight there. And, you know, everybody else was running late that weekend, kind of. They were behind schedule, but as soon as they told him to go, he hit it and just went right out the pits, and just, he didn't hold back. It was like this, you could sense like there was a change in the air. Like when he went out, you could distinctly hear that Ford DFV, and that he wasn't like just kind of like slowly. No, he was like, he wanted to go, and he did not disappoint. Oh, I know where it was. I was coming, I think it was like turn 4, turn 5. It's when they go up the hill and you hang that left. You go up the hill under the bridge. You hang a left and go up towards the corkscrew. It was like right around that area is when I think the first time I took pictures of him driving the car. But I mean, you're not super close to the pits, but just enough that when there's a car with a, you know, it's a defining engine sound or whatever, you know, like you get that little goosebumps and you're just like, oh man, here it comes. You know, because the year before, Ricardo, I think it was Ricardo Zonta, took the Toyota F1 car. Was the first year of the V8s, and he set a course record. Like every day he improved his time, and I wasn't sure how I would feel about the V8s. Weren't too bad. They sounded pretty sharp, the newer ones for the F1, but yeah, that was pretty fantastic too. I miss Laguna Seca. Ugh, I get all get the feelings. You know, I got to see Vic Elford there the first year I went to Laguna Seca for the historic races in 2005. Bobby Ray Hall numerous times, Phil Hill. Okay, thank you, Jody. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's okay. Gotcha. Okay, I will double check that one some. Thank you, Jody. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll have to. I guess I'll have to do it again. So, 6 viewers over on the Posh channel. Thank you, everybody, as we call Twitch. It's the Posh channel. So, thank you all for hanging out. We are soon approaching Malmo in Sweden. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we're almost there. We just have a little bit more to go. We're going to hit this waypoint here, and then we should see we'll have our distance to our next waypoint, which is our arrival portion. So we'll start dropping some altitude and get, oh, Addie's is over on the Posh channel. Look at Mr. Addie's, trying to be posh. So we're towards the last quarter of the flight, roughly. I may have not put enough gas in the tank. I may have to call in for an emergency aerial refueling. I think we're okay. We'll find out once we hit Larma how much farther we got to go to our arrival portion. I think it's going to be like 60 or 70 nautical miles. I'm guessing. I thought I'd be posh. There you go. But either way, we're going to start reducing our altitude here pretty soon. Thank you all for coming in today. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the 7 thumbs up over on the tube of you. Back tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UTC, 12:30 UK time in the Junkers 52, continuing our flight to the former Dutch East Indies. All right, so we are within striking distance now. Nice. Okay. Backley, not Backla, Backley. That's our, yep, 104. Okay, I figured it was going to be a bit of a distance here. So we don't want to start reducing just yet. We want to get a little bit closer. So once we're about halfway there, we'll start dropping some altitude. Oh, thank you, Joseph. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's not been too bad. Now we just gotta, well, I may have to cheat a little bit, but I should have just gassed it all the way up. But I thought if I put like 75% fuel in there, it should be more than enough. I mean, we're not in danger just yet, but I have to keep an eye on that. We have to pretend that we didn't make a mistake so we can get there. I know we shouldn't do that, but I'd hate to run out of gas and then we don't get to land. And actually, why don't we just go ahead and do it? There we go. Magically, gas appeared in the tank. It's a miracle. Nobody saw that. I have to get better at stuff like that too. It's something I'm trying to learn how to do. I guess, you know, you just fill it up and you should have more than enough to get there. And it may be too that I didn't lean the engine enough to sip the gas. So it's a learning process. I'd rather have a little extra to make sure we get there. So yeah, we'll be back in the Junkers tomorrow, continuing our flight. And then we'll be in the CM170 Magistar on Thursday. Marinat to Ceylon. Should be a quick flight because it's there's no autopilot, so I'm going to have to be kind of hand flying the plane. So I do apologize in advance for Thursday if I don't pay too much attention to the chat. I will try to keep an eye on it and say hello and whatnot. I think for Thursday's flight I'm going to have to take a picture of the aircraft on the ground. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it in the air. So what idea do you have on letting people know about just going for platinum and moving on to I don't know, like a way that, you know, like in your like a about channel video, if you can explain that to people, like, you know, differentiate between the core games that you're playing versus the ones that you just play for fun to get the platinums, and then you you know, if there's a way you can kind of differentiate between the two, you know, because you guys do a variety, but then there's if you have the core stuff like, say, Gran Turismo 7, and then you have other things like when you guys did the two of us or whatever. It's just something that you guys are doing just for fun, just to get the platinums. If you can maybe differentiate, you know, that's how you run the channel, or that's what your channel does, kind of thing, maybe. But if you do it like, if you in your video, if you explain that in, you know, you say that in your own voice, and then you can put a link or whatever if somebody's new to the channel, for instance, and you can give them that link and say, if you're new here, take a moment, watch this video about us, and that way you kind of know what we do, and then, you know, kind of thing. Hopefully it will get people engaged, because then they can see, oh, well, you know, and they may have recommendations for stuff that maybe you guys don't know about as far as a game that maybe you would enjoy, kind of thing, perhaps. But I know you guys have like a lot of you have a lot on your plate, and so, you know, but there may be small games that the two of you can play together that you might enjoy, kind of thing. Or like you and Bex bring her back into the fold. You know, when you guys did Astroneer, I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, that'd be my suggestion, if that helps. I think you guys, I know FIFA is pretty much a core game. F1, when you do the multiplayer, is a core game. I think those are the two that you guys really, yeah, a voiceover. Because, you know, if it's something to read, but if they actually hear you say it, then hopefully they're like, oh, okay, I see what they're all about. Yeah, try to differentiate the core and the just for fun, for platinum sort of stuff. All right, we are getting there. We're at about 79 nautical miles. We're going to get a little bit closer, and then we'll start drop some altitude. Yeah, if you have like a clip of, you know, some stuff that you guys do, or like ETS, ATS, FIFA, F1, then there, you know, a bunch of other stuff. Like, you guys haven't gone back to like Rock and Stone or whatever it's called, the mining one. I don't know if you guys completed that or not. I think you took a break because Bex wasn't feeling well or something. So. But yeah, that's my idea. Hopefully it helps. Had to do that just to wake the passengers up. Go ahead and put the seatbelt light on, because we will start descending soon. Not that you had anywhere really to go. There was no in-flight service today. Sorry, it was bring your own food. I should have probably just filled it up all the way before we left. No worries. Glad to help out. You know, I was telling Doris last night, Vic, I said, you know, Vic did a lot to help me get going streaming and all that, and so, you know, whatever I can do to help in return, I'm more than happy to do that. You know, well, you and Pulse both really helped me out, and I do appreciate that. want to open the window, but I think it would probably do something bad. Where's the cup holder? Isn't there a cup holder in here? Where's my cup holder? Somebody get me a cup holder. There's not even one in... I think there'd be one over here somewhere. Guess they want you to be thirsty the entire flight. Well, it's been fun today, for sure. Something a little different. I think he might have popped in and then left. He might have had to go to work, or I don't know. It didn't come in today. I didn't see him say hello, so I'm hoping he's okay. But he might have had to, popped in and just left a like and had to go. Didn't have a chance to say hello, but. I hope he's okay. Because I don't think I saw him in the chat, but he may have just, like I said, he may have just popped in real quick, left thumbs up, and then had other things to do. So I know usually he's one of the first few people that will leave a thumbs up at the start of the stream, so. Well, yeah, that does seem a bit strange, because normally he'll say hello. But he may not have been able to today. I'll shoot him a message later and see. Hope, check in with him. a small airport, right? Looks like right. There's the runway, I can see it there. That's in ours. Still got a little bit more to go. Alright, let's go ahead and just drop a couple thousand feet here. Oops. Let's see, what is the yes, MS. See if I can. Of so we try 2987 perhaps. let's see, 1014. So that's at 1014 there. Millivolts. All right, we'll try that for right now. All right. Well, we are getting ready to start our major descent here into Malmo. Drop a little bit of altitude here. Think about some lunch or something here pretty soon. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that was unexpected. So I'm guessing I won't be asking for further reductions. Nope. All right. Well, there we are. Just so that everybody knows we're coming in. All right, I think I'm going to take a quick break here one more time, and then I'll be right back. All right. Might have to reduce a little bit quicker. Cloudy over here. Well, thank you all once again for coming in and hanging out today. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the 9 thumbs up. Thank you for everybody who came in and said hello on Twitch. Greatly appreciate that as well. We'll be on the ground pretty soon. We're going to hang a right turn here, and I think it's pretty much a straight shot all the way into our airport there, our runway. In center, wow. Why aren't we talking to Malmo Center? It must be right at the edge of the airspace. So we have an updated altimeter. 299. There we go. I love getting bounced around between centers. It's so much fun. Embraer, not Ember, Embraer. Should have been Wiggins Airlines. Or... Alright, we should descend further from here, I believe. So we will prepare ourselves for that. Probably drop some flaps just to start slowing down a bit. There must be a heck of a crosswind. Right, we are almost there. Hello, Real Italian. Nice to see you here. We are just getting ready to land here in Sweden. We'll be wrapping the stream up once we park. Yep, we've been flying for quite a bit. We just we left Lithuania and we're about to land here in Malmo, Sweden. Should be getting a reduction to 2,500 feet, I would think. Should be at least going to 3,000 feet now, I would think. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it happens. I know everybody's got their things going on in their lives. It's all good. People can catch it when they can. It's fine. There we go. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UTC, 12:30 UK time, in the Junkers 52, continuing our journey to the former Dutch East Indies. The Junkers 52 is replacing the Fokker F-7B for the time being. So that's what we're working with. The Fokker F-7's flight model is a bit suspect. When you try to feather the props and kind of get the power and everything kind of leveled off, it does not work very well, it seems. Not as intended, so we will keep up with the Junkers 52 in the meantime. We'll bring the Fokker F-7 once, if there's any updates, and the plane is I think I see our runway right. I think that's us, right? That's where we're heading, right there. Oh, maybe not. It looks like a runway. All right, folks, I'm going to turn the laptop to the side for just a moment while we prepare for landing. Catch up with the chat once we are on the ground. Thank you for your understanding. Turning, so I think that was our... Yep, I was right. Ta-da! Look at that. You never know when I'm going to be right and when I'm going to be wrong. Boy, that wind is really... See if we can engage the approach mode. Will it work? See if it brings us in. Oops. I don't think it's going to. Oop, alright. Yep, that wasn't going to work. Yep, I didn't think so. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and do it ourselves. I figured that's what we were going to have to do. That's just fine. That wind's really gotten kind of knocked off course here. I feel like we should be a little bit lower. There we are. We made it. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, we'd like to welcome you to Malmo, Sweden. Not sure what the local time is, but we understand and appreciate the fact that you have many options when it comes to your Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream viewing pleasures. We're glad that you chose to fly with us today. Do join us tomorrow in the Junkers 52 Athens to Heraklion. Should be a nice flight. That wind was really something else. Catch up with chat here in just a moment. Imagine we get arrested for murder of 3 degrees. And yeah, yeah. Oh, excuse me. At least we don't have far to go for the taxi. Not like earlier where we had to. Seemed like we took a long trip of, or yesterday. Goodness gracious, it seemed like we went all over the airport to find our parking spot yesterday. But I'll show you guys, once we get to our parking spot, I'll show you this cool little feature here. I think I've showed it before, but just to be on the safe side, I'll show it again. Well, that crosswind was a doozy today. Alright, so what we're just going to do is we're going to go ahead and do all that, and then we're going to pop over to here, check this out. Oops. Oh, come on. I forgot to. All right, so. I should probably turn off the heat before I put the cover on. And let's see. That. And that. And that. And that. Look at that. Dun 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 dun. Cargo door opens. Passenger door opens. I like it. Turn off our lights. All right, and then we just turn our batteries off. There we are. We are done. 2 hours and 23 minutes of flying. Not too shabby. Well, there we are. Another successful flight in the books. That will do it for today, folks. I do greatly appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out today. Nice to see you all here. Thank you once again for the 9 thumbs up. Thank you for the visitors over in the Posh channel. Nice to see you all here. We will see you tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UTC, 12:30 UK time, in the Junkers 52, departing from Athens and headed to Heraklion. Should be a fairly straightforward flight. No, shouldn't be any significant issues. It shouldn't take very long for us to get there, I don't believe. So we will get that knocked out tomorrow. And, 10 likes. Well, thank you. But that's it. Do enjoy the rest of your Tuesday morning, afternoon, evening, early Wednesday morning, depending on where you are in the world. Until then, peace, live long and prosper.